Apple has wrapped up its exciting week of Mac launches, releasing a slew of products that include iMacs, a redesigned Mac Mini, and updated 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros. These announcements were packed with Apple intelligence jargon, so let's cut through it and see what's new. Let's start with iMacs. The new iMacs come in a set of new pastel colors, and might I say, they look gorgeous. The new iMac is powered by the latest Apple M4 chipset. The M4 chipset comes with 4 performance and 6 efficiency cores. The CPU performance is 1.3 times the outgoing M3 iMac, while the GPU gets a 10% performance boost. For the first time, the iMac offers a nano texture glass option to enhance the viewing experience in bright ambient lighting conditions. However, this upgrade adds $200 to the price tag, which is a hard pill to swallow. Included for free is a new 12 megapixel camera that supports both center stage and desk view. For those unfamiliar, center stage keeps you centered during video calls, so you will stay in frame even if you move around. Desk view lets you showcase whatever is on your desk without using a top-down camera. It's a cool feature you have to experience firsthand to understand, and I am happy it's here. Apple has also updated the Magic Keyboard and the Magic Mouse. They now come with a USB-C port instead of Lightning port, so finally you can charge all your Apple gear other than the Apple Watch with one cable. The accessories are also color matched to the iMac, which is a nice touch. I also like that the base model iMac now packs 16GB of RAM instead of 8GB. That upgrade alone used to cost $200. However, what's not good is that the base $1299 model is still stuck with 256 gigs of storage and only gets 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. It also gets the built version of M4 chipset with an 8-core CPU and an 8-core GPU. It supports only one external 6K display and doesn't get the Gigabit Ethernet port in the power adapter. You also don't get the nano texture glass and 32GB RAM options with the base model. To access all these features, you will need to upgrade to the $1499 model, which basically makes it the default choice for most prospective buyers. While the iMac upgrades are good, it's the Mac Mini that has received the most love from Apple in 2024. The Mac Mini has been redesigned with a smaller footprint, additional ports, and more powerful chipsets. If you are looking for a desktop Mac experience at an affordable price, the new Mac Mini could be the perfect fit. Let's start with the design. The new Mac Mini is even more mini with its body dimensions of only 5 by 5 inches and a height of 1.96 inches. That gives it a squatter appearance which is closer to Mac Studio than a Mac Mini. With the new design, the Mac Mini also gets more ports. The back has the power in, Gigabit Ethernet, HDMI, and 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. For the first time, there are also 2 USB-C and a headphone jack port at the front. I love the front-mounted USB-C ports as you can easily plug in accessories like external SSDs without fumbling around. The Mac Mini also skips the M3 generation and gets the latest M4 and M4 Pro chipsets. The best part is that the base model has the proper 10-core CPU and 10-core GPU chip. Like the iMac, the base model starts at 16GB of RAM, which you can extend up to 32GB. You can also upgrade the Gigabit Ethernet port to 10GB Ethernet for $100. Sadly, the base model still starts at 256 gigs of storage, which you can upgrade to 2TB, but you will have to pay a hefty price. The new Mac Mini also gets the M4 Pro chipset option, making it the cheapest Mac for pro user workflow. The M4 Pro chip base model packs a 12-core CPU and 16-core GPU, which you can upgrade to 14-core CPU and 20-core GPU for an extra $200. The M4 Pro also brings a massive 75% increase in memory bandwidth over the M3 Pro, resulting in faster AI and neural workloads. The M4 Pro version has 24 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. You can get up to 64 gigs of RAM and 8TB of storage provided you have the cash to spend. The M4 Pro chipset also upgrades the 3 USB-C ports at the back to Thunderbolt 5, delivering a whopping 120GB transfer speed. As for pricing, the base model with M4 chipset starts at only $599, which makes it the default Mac option for most users. The base M4 Pro model with 12-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 24GB of RAM and 512GB of storage starts at $1399, making it the cheapest M4 Pro Mac you can buy. Apple has also updated its MacBook Pro lineup with the latest M4, M4 Pro and M4 Max chipsets. Let's start with the baseline M4 MacBook Pro that starts at $1,599. It gets the full-fledged M4 chipset with 10-core CPU and 10-core GPU and comes in space black, which was previously reserved only for higher priced models. This year, the base model also gets 3 USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports. It supports two external displays and has the usual HDMI and full-size SD card slot. It also gets 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, which you can upgrade to 32 gigs of RAM and 2 TB SSD. For the first time ever, the MacBook Pro also gets a nano texture glass option, which will cost an additional $150. The display can now show HDR content at 1000 nits, which is up from 600 nits. That makes a huge difference when it comes to daytime viewing. Combine that with the nano texture display and you won't have any legibility issues even in direct sunlight. The 14-inch M4 Pro MacBook Pro starts at $1999 with a 12-core CPU and a 16-core GPU. You also get 24 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD. For $2399, you can upgrade the chipset to 14-core CPU and 20-core GPU, but that's not all. You can even upgrade to an M4 Max chip featuring 14-core CPU, 32-core GPU, 36GB of RAM, and 1TB SSD starting at $3,199. The base 14-inch M4 and M4 MacBook Pro models come with a 70-watt power adapter, while the upgraded M4 Pro and all M4 Max models come with a 96-watt power adapter. The 16-inch version comes in M4 Pro and M4 Max versions. The base model 16-inch MacBook Pro comes with 24 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD and starts at the same $2499 price tag, while the M4 Max version with 36 gig memory and 1 TB storage starts at $3499. You can also get the 16-inch MacBook Pro M4 Max version with a 16-core CPU and 40-core GPU. The 16-inch MacBook Pro comes with a 140-watt power adapter irrespective of the model you get. All the M4 Pro and M4 Max models also get Thunderbolt 5 ports that support up to 120 gigabits per second transfer speeds. Apple has also drastically increased the battery life. The 14-inch M4 MacBook Pro, M4 Pro MacBook Pro, and M4 Max MacBook Pro can deliver up to 24 hours, 22 hours, and 18 hours of battery life respectively. On the 16-inch model, the base M4 Pro version can deliver 24 hours, while the M4 Max can deliver up to 21 hours of battery life. Finally, all the MacBook Pros also get the brand new 12-megapixel camera that supports desk view and center stage. That's it. If you already have an M2 or M3 MacBook Pro, there's little reason to upgrade unless you specifically want the nano texture display and improved battery life. In its announcement videos, Apple mainly compared the new MacBook Pros to the M1 models, which suggests they also believe upgrading from M2 or M3 models isn't necessary. If you are coming from an older device, however, you will get a solid set of new features for the price. Apple made a surprise announcement for MacBook Air models. While the MacBook Air didn't get a chip upgrade, it also got the 16GB RAM for the base model as standard. Even if you don't use Apple Intelligence, you should thank it for doubling the base memory on all Macs. I think this week of Mac announcements wins a solid point. All the new Macs get 16GB of RAM, a significant performance boost, and sprinkles of quality of life improvement features. I hope this video can help you choose a Mac and make an informed purchase decision. Before you go, click here to learn 10 settings you should change in macOS Sequoia as soon as you get a new Mac. I'll see you there. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.